When you're thinking of a new or used car,
Scott Darno with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email scott@LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles from ATVs, large farm equipment, and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
The weather still might be cold, but it's never too early to think about how you want to spend those upcoming summer days. Owyhee Federal Credit Union is running their recreational loan special that offers 90 days no payments and terms up to 15 years. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Owyhee Federal Credit Union get you ready for those sunny days ahead.
People helping people. Owyhee Fed.
We don't have yesterday.
Why am I so sore? There are everyday moments.
Whoa, hey, hold the ladder! Hold the ladder!
Yeah, that hurt. And there are epic moments.
Slide, slide, slide!
OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Service Master of Pierre is your go-to service experts for a wide variety of cleaning needs. Since 2003, we have developed the most effective methods and products to service virtually every type of industry. We're known for our exceptional carpet and upholstery cleaning, but did you know we also offer cleaning of all types of flooring, along with providing
into the old District 3 AA. We welcome you to the world's only Corn Palace, where the Mitchell Kernels will provide the opposition and hopefully some good hospitality for the Pierre Governors tonight. Govs coming in on a 3-game win streak after a win over Brookings 2 nights ago at Riggs High Gym, 73-43, taking on a Mitchell team that has had an outstanding season, but they did stumble on Tuesday night here in Mitchell to Sioux Falls, Washington, dropping a 47-42 verdict in that contest. And again, 12-4, the record for the Kernels. Governors upping their record to 11-6 with that win over Brookings on Tuesday night. With Heather Williams in studio, Caleb Brozick outside will run camera for Live Ticket. We'll be able to see this game as well as hear it. It's on drgnews.com and the River 92.7 page. You can also access it through the Pierre School website at gogovs.live as well. Going to be a good one. Big game for both teams coming up. Mitchell right now 4th in the power rankings. The Governors, even though they won 3 straight, have dropped down to number 9, thanks in large part to that big win for Sioux Falls, Washington over these Mitchell Kernels on Tuesday night. They'd like to get back into the top 8 and further up to ensure themselves a home game when the postseason starts in that Sodak 16. So that's a big start, is what the Governors will be looking for on their closeout of this 2022-23 basketball season. Folks have traveled with us, and for those who are traveling in winter driving seasons and the winter sports season, South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds us as they celebrate being a part of a team that snow means slow. Remember to slow down and drive with the conditions and buckle up every trip, every time. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. We start with a 3-minute break, and we'll get into the pregame show brought to you by the Becky Potts of a State Farm Insurance Agency in Pierre. We're going to go right into keys to success here tonight as the undercard games have gone quickly. Pierre won the JV game 60-52. Mitchell won the sophomore game, those 67-47. So keys to success when we come back with Brianna Kusler and the Central Dakota Eye Care keys to success. But a 3-minute break, and we are back with Pierre Governor basketball tonight on your official voice of the Governors. It's River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
This is John with Pottsboro State Farm. We all know February is the month of love, and the team at Pottsboro State Farm wants to make sure that you have everything you love in life insured. Set an appointment with us during Insure Your Love Month and receive a sweet treat on us from South Dakota Popcorn in downtown Pierre. Set up an appointment to insure your love today by giving the team at Pottsboro State Farm a call at 605-224-4173 or by stopping by the office at 1315 East Wells in Pierre.
Like cooking State Farm is there.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The Garage Doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Hey guys, this is Truett Rogers, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota here in Pierre, South Dakota. And I just want to let you guys know about this beautiful white 2017 Ford F-150 Lariat with 84,000 miles. Loaded up with leather, nav, adaptive cruise, and heated and cooled seats, and a whole ton more. Priced today at $36,995. Stop in at Capital City Ford, Lincoln, Toyota at 518 East Sioux Ave in Pierre. Visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com or call 605-224-7378 and ask for me, Truett Rogers.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
One team. The Pierre Governors know what that means, and so do the men and women of the Hughes County Sheriff's Office. No matter how good you are, a good team makes you better. To be the best, that takes teamwork. If you want to know more about the Hughes County Sheriff's Office and their 361 team, log on at hughescounty.org and click on the Sheriff tab. The Hughes County Sheriff's Office and the Pierre Govs, winning teams. Welcome back to the Corn Palace in Mitchell. Kernels and Governors tonight. Brian Oakland will provide the play-by-play. Good to have you with us here this evening. And you just heard from the Hughes County Sheriff's Office. And we bring to you the Hughes County Sheriff's Office broadcast booth. Thanks to the men and women of the Sheriff's Office for serving our community in the fine fashion that they do and for building us a place to sit. You'll find us, our vantage point from the northwest corner of the Mitchell Corn Palace, as this is the view on drgnews.com from the Hughes County Sheriff's Office broadcast booth. Once again, a little bit of an abbreviated pregame because of the speed that the undercard games got through, so we're going to go into keys to success. We've got a conversation with Riker Kreitzfeld, the head coach of Mitchell, a little bit later on. We'll start with Brianna Kuzler and our keys to success that are sponsored by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre.
All right, it's time for Keys to Success with Brianna Kuzler, Governor head coach on a 3-game win streak. But here we go, on the road, and some big games coming down the stretch, Coach. But a good finish once again. You kind of took care of business against Brookings and still keeping that offense going. And I think even though you got the win that you expected, still you got to keep this offensive rhythm going now, because right now it feels pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, we talk a lot about where things start. And offensively, we're putting up some points right now. We're getting a lot of people involved, and that's exciting. But really, some of our runs are started from that defensive side of things. And you saw that against Brookings on Tuesday it was a 2-point game, I think, heading into the second quarter. Then all of a sudden you look up and it's an 18-point game. And the difference of that was a couple steady stops, a couple steals, and then all of a sudden you're up by 15, 18 points. And that's really, we might not see that necessarily in as big of segments as we would against a team like maybe Brookings, but I think that's important that even 1 or 2 of those a quarter will result in solid possessions at the end of solid extension of the lead come the end of the game.
Yeah, good opponents coming up, but still it doesn't matter who you're playing if that's the way that you can make things happen. I mean, that's what you really want to see, no matter who you're playing.
And that it's the pressure that all of them are capable of applying, and that's really where things start. And you've really seen some adjustments that have been made by the boys, and not over collapsing helping wise, and not bailing some people out if they're going in out of control. And you know what, they're going to knock some of those shots down, but limiting the in rhythm looks that they're getting has been a big point of emphasis, and the boys have really bought into that.
You talk about being out of control, but I think that's one thing that we're seeing right now a lot of is control, both offensively and defensively, with the basketball, or even moving without the basketball.
It's just all of them, and we've talked about it on the radio before, 5 people out there moving as one, and that defensively, offensively, everybody being on the same page, whether you're a starter, whether you're coming in off of the bench, whatever it is, we don't want to ever have any lapses, and I felt like the last few games we've really been able to put some runs together, and that's going to be important leading into these next few games here.
Mitchell's a different dog. They're a good defensive team, and really kind of impressed in how they've kept going even after losing one of the best players in the state from the last couple of years in Caden Hinker. But I think more of a defensive minded team that's going to be challenging you tonight. What do you see out of this one?
They can spread the floor with even some of their big guys, and so that's something that's important, and it's a little bit unique that our bigs are going to have to be out on the perimeter defending a little bit more. So we've got to make sure that we're slowing down Dylan Solik and Steele Morgan as well, and then they've got a really solid supporting cast to go along with them. So but limiting the in rhythm looks like we've been talking about as of late, and one and done opportunities. They crash the offensive glass pretty hard, so we've got to make sure that we're clearing that board and then being able to push that tempo. And we feel like that's an area that, regardless of the opponent, we have opportunities to do it. And it might not necessarily, if they're taking something away, we've got that action. They take that action away, we've got counter action to be able to combat it. So that's something that, you're really starting to see some things click out there with the guys, and that's just a credit to their and how intentional they've been.
They lost a low-scoring game kind of on Tuesday night against Sioux Falls, Washington. What did you see out of that game, assuming you got a pretty good look at it?
It was 3-9 after the first quarter, so it was a little slow-moving offensive game. And Washington, both teams didn't shoot the ball overly well, but they again, it was pretty solid defense and not awesome offense, but now we've got to be prepared for them to be lights out tonight. So we've got to do our job defensively, locating those shooters, containing when they're looking to attack, and then again, one and done opportunities. We want more looks that we want for them to be shooting offensively than what they want.
And maybe have to be more prepared for a slower pace game than what you've been used to, perhaps. Other keys to success too?
Yeah, I think you're probably right with that, where they're going to try and slow the tempo down because we have gotten up and down quite a bit lately, but that's where our intentions have to be pushing that tempo and continuing to push with patience and allowing things to develop, but taking advantage when we have openings and creating opportunities for ourselves both defensively and offensively.
All right, Coach, big game's coming up, but this is the only one that matters, right?
Yes, thank you.
Good luck tonight.
Thanks.
Brianna Kuzler, the head coach of the Pierre Governors, with coach's comments and keys to success in game number 18 on the season for the Pierre Governors, sponsored by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre as the Governors get set to battle the Mitchell Kernels. Let's hear from Central Dakota Eye Care. We're back to talk with Riker Kreitzfeld to the Mitchell Kernels when we return with more of our Pierre Governor pregame on River 92.7.
Central Dakota Eye Care continues to grow. Hi, this is Dr. Matthew Blazek. I've recently joined the practice at Central Dakota Eye Care. I'm excited to move back to Pierre, and I'm accepting new patients of all ages. We offer state-of-the-art equipment, trained staff, and the best selection of eyewear and contact lenses. Regular, yearly, comprehensive eye exams are key to finding eye problems before symptoms appear. Call us today at 224-6128 for an appointment. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
All right, keys to success will continue. The home head coach tonight is Riker Kreitzfeld to the Mitchell Kernels off of a loss, Coach, which is kind of rare this year for the Mitchell Kernels. On Tuesday night, Sioux Falls, Washington came in here, kind of must have done a good number defensively on you, held you to 42 points, but overall it's been a pretty good season for you guys. But now you're in a situation where it's bounce back mode. What happened on Tuesday night for you?
You know, they were really physical with us, and we didn't handle it well, and they were going between man and zone, and they just did a good job. They were just tough hurting us, and they humbled us, and basketball does that. You know, about the time you need to be humbled, basketball always humbles you, and that happened to us on Tuesday night. So, you know, yeah, it's bounce back time, and truthfully, like, you look at the standings, like, it feels like a must win for us, because I mean, 3 through 9, it could end up in any order, so it feels like every game's a must win, and probably for both of our teams tonight.
I've been talking with a lot of coaches this year about parity. After maybe the top two, Jefferson and Lincoln, who've been kind of asserting themselves, but anybody 3 through 9 or 10, it's up for grabs, and you better go out and play your best each time out.
For sure, and like let's just be real. Like, Pierre's 11-6, correct? And they played 2 games without Lincoln, 2 close games, 2 games they probably would have won with Lincoln. So I mean, they're even better than their record as well, which is a good record. But we're gonna have our hands full tonight, that's for sure.
With what's coming in and what's coming ahead. Now you start your last quarter, or last 25% of the season, and like you say, you got humbled the other night. So it's I guess if you take the season in quarters, this is kind of a new start for you a little bit.
Yeah, this is our kind of our toughest part of our schedule, to be honest, because we knew Wash would be good, and then you guys, Watertown's been playing well at home, and then we got to go to Brandon and O'Gorman still. So absolutely tough stretch, and the ESD, that ESD championship's a big deal for us, and we got to get at least 2 out of our last 3 ESD games. So it's an important stretch, but it's nice to end with good opponents like this going into that SODAC game, so you're ready to go.
Definitely. Now every game kind of turns into a postseason game. Talk about the Pierre Governors and what they do have and the challenges they face. I know you're looking at Lincoln as being a focal point, but it's a pretty full team. I know that's got you with your hands full tonight.
Yeah, for sure. They had the Kruger and the Mayer kid who can hit a shot for sure. Edmund's a problem in the post, offensively and defensively. He's really talented. And then the Heisler, is that the name? He kind of came out of nowhere, at least on my radar, and is having a great year. Just lengthy, athletic kid. if you're on Twitter, you're seeing these guys dunk, 8 times a night. So we've gotten used to that. I've seen plenty of that. So hopefully, we can limit that tonight.
How does that play into what you want to do offensively, I guess, as far as tempo in the game versus, how difficult it might be for you to defend tonight?
Offensively, it'll be difficult because I imagine we'll see some of the zone press drop into 3-2 type stuff that they do. So we just got to make shots and be smart in that. And then defensively, the first thing we did was we raised these hoops up to 12 feet tall. So we figured that'd be the best way to stop that. Some of the Heisler, he probably can still get up to that, so it might not be good enough. But it's about taking good shots. And Pierre reminds me of Jefferson, where if you turn it over, they're going to make you pay. Like, they're going to score. It's just whether it's a 2 or a 3. Yes, very quickly.
Yeah, that transition. I'm sure transition defense is going to be big for you tonight. Offensively, about the tempo again, is that something you want to keep this down as low as you can in the 50s, the 60s, or are you content to, as long as you're making shots, obviously, to just keep going with what the defense gives you?
It's tough for us. We started the year and we were kind of playing a fast tempo game, so we were scoring a lot and kind of easily a little bit, and then the scout got out on us a little bit, and we've been struggling lately. And we've kind of turned into a defensive-minded team and then trying to just scratch our way to score. So a high-scoring game probably doesn't play in our favor tonight.
I think, this is kind of the post-Caden Hinker era for Mitchell Kernel basketball, and I don't know if people really, I guess I'll be honest, not really paying a lot of attention, but I didn't expect 12-4 out of Mitchell. Got to say, I'm quite impressed this year.
I appreciate that. We're still kind of looking for that statement win, to be honest. Like, we got lucky against Yankton, big comeback. Yeah. That's probably our best win. But yeah, we knew we had a good group of seniors coming here, and then the Tally kid who's young and Colton Smith who's young. We knew we had a good group. We didn't know if they'd put it together right away, and we did, and luckily we've been off to a good start here.
Coach, I know you're not an old District 3AA guy, but this one's going to be fun for those of us who are 3AA guys. Thanks for your time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
There's Riker Kreitzfeld, the head coach of the Mitchell Kernels. Thanks for his coach's comments and keys to success. They're brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. We're back after another 3-minute timeout. Starting lineups are next. It's the Governors and the Kernels at Old District 3AA Field here in the Corn Palace tonight on River 92.7.
Transports have been arriving and inventory is looking good. New, pre-owned, certified pre-owned, all price ranges, all makes and models. During the month of February, just to sweeten the deal, we have dinner certificates with every purchase. They can be used in most any restaurant in Pierre and Fort Pierre. See our inventory at beck-motors.com. Stop out today. Beck Motor Company, Pierre.
Hey, DQ fans, spread the love with February's Blizzard Treat of the Month, Triple Truffle. It blends peanut butter, fudge, caramel truffles, and of course, that world-famous DQ soft serve. You heard that right, not 1, not 2, but 3 of the best truffles from the chocolate box. Show your love to that someone special this month with the Triple Truffle Blizzard Treat. Only at participating DQ locations. Happy tastes good. Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Have you found yourself worrying about inflation and market volatility? Considering what should I do? Can I do anything? Am I going to be okay? The Ranky Gray team has been coaching their clients through these tumultuous times for over 35 years. Let us discover what easy, time-tested adjustments can be made for you. For a free second opinion, our team can be reached at 605-224-5959. Let's start today.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC. A registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Ranky Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Century Business Products is a proud supporter of South Dakota high school athletics and proud to provide the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to schools and businesses in the area, all backed by their 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology. Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 605-224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use their mobile app, Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule because of weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
Back at the Corn Palace, Brian Oakland with you, hearing from Envirotech as we just did. It's time for the Envirotech starting lineups here in this one. The Governors in Mitchell to take on the Kernels. Of course, the Governors will go with the 3-guard set of Jacob Mayer on the point, the 5'11 senior, Brecken Kruger, the shooting guard at 6'1 and a senior, Lincoln Kernels, the guard forward / anywhere he wants on the floor, 6'3 and a senior. The forwards are Ben Heisler, the 6'3 senior, Jackson Edmond at the power spot, the 6'7 senior for the Governors. Mayer, Kernels, Kruger in the backcourt, Heisler and Edmond up front with Luke Olson, Cade Kaiser, Christian Bush coming in off the bench for the 11-6 Pierre Governors, who are 4-3 in the ESD, head coached by Brianna Kuzler. Mitchell Kernels are 12-4, and they'll go with a backcourt that consists of Aiden Myers, a 6'1 senior, Marcus Talley, a talented sophomore, just a 6-footer, Dylan Solik is a 6'3 senior in the backcourt as well. Forwards include Charlie McCardle, a 6'1 senior, and Steele Morgan, who is the big guy in the middle, 6'5 and a senior for the Kernels, with Myers, Talley, Solik, the guards, McCardle, and Morgan up front. Mitchell, as mentioned, 12-4, 4-1 in the ESD, and their head coach is Riker Kreitzfeld. Those are your Envirotech starting lineups. Our Law on the Court will be coming up after another 3-minute break. This is Governor Basketball.
Gift cards are great things to give as gifts. But when someone tells you you need to use a gift card to pay for something you owe, like utilities, taxes, and other fees, red flags should go off, and it should cause you to stop and think. Most legitimate companies will never tell you to pay with a gift card. Before you go to purchase these gift cards, please call Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986 and let them check things out for you so you're not out of your hard-earned money.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? Live Ticket TV has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages start at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Your cancer care should be as unique as you are. At Avera Breast Center, our team of experts create a treatment plan that will work best for your type of cancer, using the latest screening, radiation, and surgical techniques. You also have access to holistic approaches to help with side effects, and a 24/7 call center for answers to your cancer questions when you need them. Learn more at avera.org/breast or by calling 855-697-2592.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
Welcome back to Mitchell as we continue our pregame show, getting closer to opening tip. But before starting lineups on the floor, they have brought out the State A champion, or the State AA champion, Mitchell Kernel gymnastics squad, as they won their 6th state championship in the last 10 years, 8th in school history last weekend in Aberdeen. Congratulations to the Mitchell Kernel State Gymnastics Championship squad. Pierre Governors in the team day finished 8th in that event last Friday up in Aberdeen. A younger squad that is going to be getting better and better, in my opinion. So congrats once again to Mitchell in winning that state gymnastics championship. Going to break, we heard from the South Dakota Attorney General's office, their Division of Consumer Protection. They sponsor our Law on the Court, more specifically the game officials tonight, and we thank our game officials for doing what is oftentimes a thankless job in officiating high school sports. Tonight's officials, licensed by the South Dakota High School Activities Association, are Jeremy Grady, Andrew Gross, and Jerry Beers. Once again, the Law on the Court. Jeremy Grady, Andrew Gross, Jerry Beers, a veteran crew, sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's office, their Division of Consumer Protection. We'll tip it off in 1 minute. Our Comtech opening tip is next. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball, a big game for the Govs, coming up on your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
This Governor Sports Moment is brought to you by the team at Fisher Rounds and Associates of Pierre. Chuck Lindekugel was an outstanding basketball and track and field athlete for the Governors in the mid-1940s. He was a member of the state championship basketball team in 1944 and state runner-up the following year. He also helped Pierre win the 1945 state track and field title and went on to the University of Minnesota, where he was a member of the 1948 NCAA champions. Chuck Lindekugel, one of Pierre's finest. This Governor Sports Moment has been brought to you by Fisher Rounds and Associates of Pierre.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. River 92.7, KGFX FM, Pierre. Stay alive. Don't text and drive.
And we're back in Mitchell, and we're getting set to go. Pierre Governors in road green tonight, black numbers, white trim. Here in the corner of the end of the floor in the Corn Palace, the Governors in this first half will head in our direction. Far court to near Mitchell in home white with the black numbers and gold trim, near court to far. The opening tip sponsored by Comtech, Communication and Electronics Sales and Service in Pierre, sponsoring our opening tip. Ryan Oakland with a play-by-play. Welcome aboard as Ben Heisler will control that Comtech opening tip, and here come the Governors trying to keep an offensive juggernaut going with up-tempo pace as they'll work it to Keenholz down to the baseline right away. Back to Kruger, to Jackson Edmond, and Keenholz can't get the dunk right there. Lincoln with a miss as he lost it going up. Mitchell with the rebound, heading the other way. They'll get a quick shot up, and the floater is good for the sophomore Marcus Talley. So just like that, the Governors tried to start with a bang, unable to do so. It's Mitchell's first lead at 2-0. 7:25 to go. Kruger going to spot up for three. Brecken missing. as he hit 4 of those the other night, but Mitchell down with the rebound here. Dylan Solik takes it the other way, and a reach-in foul called right away here on Jacob Mayer. Jacob tends to do that from time to time, but he is in your face and in your kitchen all night long if he happens to be the one defending you. Charlie McCardle will inbound on the sideline to our right as we have the vantage point here. Watch it at drgnews.com and the River 92.7 page. Here's Steele Morgan inside, and just like that, a block shot to start the defense from Jackson Edmond on the far end of the floor, but Mitchell will inbound with 25 seconds on the shot clock. Off of the right side of the key. They get it in, and the inbounder gets it right back. That is Marcus Talley, but in and out, shot no good. Edmond will bring the troops in this direction. Heisler splitting defenders. Tough shot. It's up and good. Ben Heisler somehow gets that one to go. We're tied at 2-2. Right away, back the other way, Aiden Myers to Dylan Solik, left side. Now up top, Talley will go right into the lane to McCardle. Spins around. Heisler's shot is up and good. Charlie McCardle putting Mitchell back in front. The Governors are on their way. Mayer to Edmond after a couple of bumps. Edmond, jump hook is off the back of the rim, no good. Kernels tries to tip it, but it's across the rim and down to Mitchell. Heading the other direction, into the lane, and a loose basketball up here. Fumbled away, though, by Aiden Myers. Governors come up with it as Edmond feeds ahead to Jacob Mayer, and he'll lay it up and in. Transition basket ties us at 4 as we've alternated buckets so far here in the first 2 minutes of this big contest here. This is a good spot for both of these teams to play this game late in the season. Starts to feel already like a postseason atmosphere. Decent crowd on both sides here as Pierre goes for a steal. Kruger unable to get it. Now they'll get it over to Steele Morgan, and the 3 ball is good out on the right wing. Morgan is 6'5" senior, but a good shooting touch there, and it's 7-4 Kernels. Kernels down the left side of the lane, and the layup is up and good with a finger roll. Lincoln's on the board with his first 2. Pierre back within 1 at 7-6. 5:20 to play here. On the move is Myers, and Jackson Edmond blocks that one. Going after a loose basketball, unable to run it down. Edmond with a couple of blocks already defensively, but Mitchell will get another throw in about halfway between the lane and the corner on the far end of the floor. Myers will find Talley. Talley crosses over on Mayer, and Jacob with a blocking foul here as somehow Talley gets tripped up, and Mayer's going to pick up his second personal, so the starting point guard for the Governors will have to come out early with 5:15 to play in the first period. Cade Kaiser, 6'2" junior, on for the first time, and he will probably draw the defensive assignment when the Govs are playing man against Marcus Talley. Charlie McCardle challenges Heisler, but another shot blocked. However, McCardle gets it right back, and he is fouled from behind by Edmond. He'll go to the free throw line. Governors already picking up 3 early fouls here. Edmonds first, and we'll see what McCardle can do from the free throw line. Mitchell leading 7-6 early, the senior. First one is up and good. Riker Kreitzfeld will send his first 2 substitutes in. Morgan and Talley checking out. Number 12 is Gavin Sokup, a 6'2" junior, coming on for the first time as McCardle hits the second free throw as well. Also in there, Colton Smith, number 20, a 6'4" freshman. Kernels by 3, still 3 minutes gone by here. 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Edmond tries to feed down to the baseline. Heisler cutting, but Edmond feeds it a little bit too far, and that'll be out of bounds. The first Governor turnover. Governor basketball brought to you each night out on River 92.7 in part by Pierre Sports Marketing Partners, who include All Around Graphics, American Bank and Trust, Anderson Rumsa Dental, Capital City Campus, Kathy Sonnenschein Properties, and Comtech. Here's a floater on the layup attempt. Good feed underneath, but Colton Smith unable to get at the finish. Now Kernels on the other end pops a 3, but that one comes up a little bit short. Mitchell down with the rebound. They'll push it up ahead. Mitchell seems to be pretty good at getting the ball up the floor, trying to get some transition action going. McCardle backing in against Heisler. Benjamin gets a piece of it, and we've got A foul underneath once again on a loose ball. And apparently this in the act of shooting, and Jackson Edmond going to pick up a second personal foul, just like Jacob Mayer. We haven't even played half of a first quarter. Governors with 4 fouls already, 2 each for Mayer and Edmond. This one putting Dylan Solik to the free throw line, and he's got the first one down. So Edmond will check out for the Governors in green. Christian Bush on for the first time, big 6'4" senior. Charlie McCardle checking out for the Kernels meanwhile. And I believe Steele Morgan is back in there. Solik's second free throw, good. Mitchell 4 out of 4, and they lead by 5, 11-6 here early on in the first period. 4:15 to play. Keenholz far court to near will set it up. Cross the timeline. First handoff to Kaiser, then to Brecken Kruger. Little penetration back out to Keenholz on the left wing to our right. Dumps it off with Kruger, now out to the corner. Heisler pops a 3, but that one rims in and out, no good, and it's Morgan with the rebound. Governors 0 for 3 from outside. They had 10 threes on Tuesday night in the home win over the Brookings Bobcats. Kernels work it inside here, and it is up and good. Colton Smith, fed by Steele Morgan, a 7-point Kernel lead. Mitchell was held down to just 42 points by the Washington Warriors on Tuesday night. Coach Kuzler definitely was concerned about maybe their ability to get their offense going in gear. So far, so good. If you're wearing black and gold. Under 3.5 minutes to play. Here goes Keenholz taking the screen, but he'll feed out to Kruger, who wants a 3, won't get it. Mitchell has the rebound, and Morgan saves it into the hands of a teammate. Up ahead, and the dunk is no good. As Colton Smith tried to get up high, but I think he jumped a little bit early, so both teams have missed a dunk. Keenholz missed one earlier as well. 5 minutes in, 3 to go, 13-6 first quarter. Here is Heisler to Cade Kaiser now. Governors have not spent an awful lot of time playing from behind in the last couple of weeks. Lincoln for 3, off the front of the rim, no good. Heisler tries, but it's Steele Morgan down with a rebound. The Governors 0 for 5. Up ahead, there is Smith on a long feed, and the Govs need a timeout. Colton Smith helping Mitchell run off 8 straight, and they lead by 9 here in the first period. Timeout on the floor is brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. It's Kernels 15, Governors 6. Still in the first quarter. Let's take a 30-second break. We're back with more Pierre Governor basketball.
Why am I so sore? There are everyday
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Sponsored by Delta Dental, First Dakota National Bank, Floss Dentistry, Maher Law Office, and Midco, more of your peer sports marketing partners. Mitchell on an 8-0 run. Governors need some offense here early on. They'll send in Luke Olson, the 5'8 sophomore guard, along with Kruger to Kaiser. Bush and Keenholz still in there. It's Kaiser driving. He'll get tripped up on his way to the basket. They'll give him 2 shots, and Cade making a good, strong, aggressive move to the rack. 2 free throws coming. First foul as a team coming here from the Kernels. And they put this one up on 35. Charlie McCardle, his first personal, and Kaiser will line up to shoot a pair. Cade eyes the mark. First one is up and rimming in and out, no good. So far the Governors have just not been able to get anything going offensively, and some good looks at the basket, just not falling so far. Obviously a long way to go here. 2:19 to play in quarter number 1. Second one for Kais is also off the mark. No good, as McCardle will pull down the rebound. Governors getting out rebounded 9-3 so far here in the first quarter. Another thing that's adding to the Mitchell success rate. Stop on the wing, and we've got a hold called on Kaiser trying to defend a pass to Steele Morgan, fed by Gavin Sukup. Kaiser with his first personal. The Governors with 5 as a team. 2:06 to play. Mitchell right now playing with a lot of energy, and the Governors maybe just a little bit of a step behind. And an inbound that comes to Dylan Solik. Heisler got up high, came down on the back. I'm surprised they didn't call the foul, but here comes Kernels and Christian Bush taking the pass, but his shot blocked from behind. Solik tried to save it, but he was on the end line. It'll stay with the Governors, but that Kernel run continues to climb. Now they lead by 11, 17-6 here early on. And Kernels protecting the basketball from Colton Smith, but he'll be, or rather Gavin Sukup, he'll be called for a hold. And even that foul right there, an indication that these officials on the floor are okay blowing the whistle. Inbound comes up to Kernels up top. Luke Olson will run down an offensive rebound after Lincoln comes up on the front of the rim. Here's Kaiser up to Kruger. Top of the key now, Kernels once again. Looking for a screen, will dish it out. Kruger tries another three, there it is. Governors finally get one to go. Brecken Kruger with three of them down, and that breaks a 10-0 run by the Kernels that had them up by 11. Now 17-9, Marcus Talley drives, and he'll score. Left side layup for Talley as he got a good first step around Brecken Kruger. Comes across the timeline, here in the near court. Kruger fakes, puts it on the floor, and a hard screen by Christian Bush is going to send it the other way. Bush was right there, and Gavin Sukup trailing the play of Brecken Kruger. I don't know how quickly Bush or how much he got his position set. It looked like he had just gotten there, and Sukup bounced off of that brick wall named Christian Bush, but a good call here from what I believe I saw. And the Governors will lose it for the second time. On the offensive foul, Bush with his first personal. Aiden Myers, starting guard, back on. Starts it with Sukup underneath Colton Smith. Up in the air, dishes underneath Charlie McCardle, and it's up and good. Good extra pass there by Colton Smith, the freshman. Kernels lead by a dozen now, 21-9 with 40 seconds to play in the first period. Olsen to Kaiser, and the Governors losing Jacob Mayer and Jackson Edmond to fouls early, 2 each so far. Bush will find Olsen backing in, high pass up to Heisler, now to Kruger. 10 on the shot clock. Heisler looks to drive, he'll force one up, loose ball on the miss, and it is collected by the Kernels. They'll get it up ahead. Sukup is off the mark on the layup, no good. Bush with the rebound. And the Governors got to hurry here. 5 seconds to go. Kruger up top, around Bush, and a long three is up, no good. And a rough first period of play comes to an end for the Pierre Governors. It's the home team, the Mitchell Kernels, impressive so far. On the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, they lead the Governors 21-9. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. As we pause for 60 seconds, we'll go to the second period next. This is Pierre Governor Basketball.
Service Master of Pierre is your go-to service experts for a wide variety of cleaning needs. Since 2003, we have developed the most effective methods and products to service virtually every type of industry. We're known for our exceptional carpet and upholstery cleaning, but did you know we also offer cleaning of all types of flooring, along with providing fire and water restoration, commercial cleaning, janitorial services, and construction cleanup. Service Master of Pierre is a proud sponsor of TF Riggs Governors and Lady Govs, as well as Stanley County Buffaloes and Lady Buffs activities.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
Welcome back to Mitchell. First 8 minutes belong to the Kernels as they lead the Pierre Governors 21-9. They've got the ball with a possession arrow also to start quarter number 2. Brian Oakham with play-by-play. We're live streaming with live tickets and Caleb Brozick on camera. Heather Williams in studio as well. See if the Governors can get a better second period going. They'll have to start with some defense. And we've got to travel. And a job well done. Heisler defending as Colton Smith tried to back in against Ben. stuttered his steps, and the Governors will get their first possession of quarter number 2. Jacob Mayer on those 2 early fouls checks in to start the second period. He'll bring it across the timeline, far court to near. Luke Olson still in there as well for the Govs. Here's Heisler. Jackson Edmonds still on the bench for Pierre with 2 fouls himself. Now Kernels pulls up, and the shot short. Olson somehow comes down with a rebound. Kernels to Heisler. There's a dunk, and the Governors get one down. Second chance basket. And a good keep alive by Luke Olson to start that all. Kernels head the other way, leading by 10 now, and some over pursuit by Mayer. Colton Smith kicks it out. Now Solik to Smith, and it's up and good for 2. More good passing in the lane by the Kernels. Kernels splitting defenders. He'll get reached in upon, and I believe this is Aiden Myers with his first personal. Team foul number 3 for Mitchell. Kernels hit on 8 of 14 shots unofficially in that first period. 1 of 2 from outside the arc. The Governors, meanwhile, just 4 out of 15, including only 1 of 6 from outside the arc. 23-11 here. Governors back with it. After that foul from Myers, here's Heisler to Jacob Mayer. Back to Ben on the baseline. Another dunk for Ben Heisler. 2 in a row for Benjamin. Governors started this game from our count with 50 dunks in their first 17 games. Now 52. Here's a 3 for Solik. Left side short off the front of the rim. Loose basketball. It's tipped and controlled by Marcus Talley. Good hustle for the Kernels. And now another foul that'll be called, or is this a timeout? Nope, it's apparently everybody coming in this direction. We got an offensive foul called on Myers, who had just picked up his first. Now he gets his second personal. Team foul number 4 for Mitchell. 23-13. That last dunk by Ben Heisler, even though Riker Kreitzfeld said they raised the rims to 12 feet, I think he would have gotten to 12 feet on that one. He was way above the rim. Meanwhile, Governors back with it. Heisler's out on the wing now. Tried to get it to Kernels, but Solik over pursues. Now Kernels to Bush for 3. Too strong from long range, even though he was right on line. Rebound is down to the Kernels once again, as they look to add to a 10-point lead. 5:45 to play, first half. 23-13 Kernels, and yes, they are very impressive. A physical game they lost on Tuesday night to the Washington Warriors. Right now, they, again, as we mentioned before, just seem to be a step ahead of the Governors, especially when they're on offense. Here's Myers spotting up for 3. This one will rim in and out, no good. Talley tries to save it, and he does. Underneath McCardle, and he got it across the lane, but Colton Smith lost it on the way up. Kernels down with it. Lincoln to the rack. No, he gets his pocket picked as Solik gets a hand in there to take the dribble away. Turnover number 3 for Pierce. Solik is right back. He wants 3. It's no good. Backside, McCardle leaning his way in. Heisler says, get that out of here. Here comes Kernels. 1 out of 2. Oh, he missed one going up. Heisler, though, gets an offensive rebound. Now Mayer for 3. Off the front of the rim. Boy, it's getting loud in here. Postseason feel, but the Governors have missed on a couple of jams. And they still trail by 10, 23-13. We'll need another defensive stop here. Underneath, reverse, too strong. McCardle has the rebound. No, he doesn't. Nope, it's Smith instead. Taken away. Lincoln will try another one. There, he puts it home. The dunk for Kernels off of the steal. 3 of them down for the Governors, but they still trail 23-15. They have scored 4 in a row, as it turns out. We've got 4:05 to go, second quarter. Myers to Solik. Now Talley for 3 out on the wing. This one from the lefty, no good, and the Governors have the position. They'll pick up the foul from the Kernels. Kernels came away with that one. And this one goes to Colton Smith. Personal foul number 1. Going to have a timeout called by the Kernels here. Timeouts in our broadcast sponsored by Coca-Cola Bottling and Pierre. We pause for 30 seconds with 3:58 to play in the second. Govs trail by 8 on River 92.7.
At Jan Bussey Ford and Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford and Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look.
Play in the first half. Welcome back. 23-15, Kernels leading on their home floor, the world's only Corn Palace. Governor Sports Marketing Partners sponsoring Governor Basketball, Wegner Auto, Stulkin Peterson, Lingle, Walti Jones, LLP, the South Dakota National Guard, Red Rosa, Pitts Design and Build, and the Pierre Dental Clinic in Pierre, sponsoring Pierre Governor Basketball. Luke Olson to Ben Heisler to Brecken Kruger. Out on the wing, Jackson Edmond has come back onto the floor after some early foul trouble. Here we hit the halfway mark and beyond of the second period. Edmond has it off of the block. Looking over the top of everybody else. He'll pump fake up against Steele Morgan. Shot up, no good. Edmond gets it right back, and as Heisler kept that alive, Jackson gets the second effort, and it's up and good from 6 feet out. Governors now on a 6-0 run. A 12-point deficit has been cut in half. 3:10 to go. We're in the second. It's 23-17. Aiden Myers heads it the other way. Mitchell had to play patiently to get it across the timeline. Now 15 on the shot clock. Marcus Talley lets somebody fly by. That was Heisler. He'll feed underneath. McCardle is blocked from behind. And a good job, I believe, by Luke Olson. Pierre down with the rebound, and Edmond will bring it across the timeline. Governor defense, as my camera guy Caleb Brozick so mentioned in the break, they've woken up. This is a different team as Olson is tripped up on a good first step to the lane. Going to the rack, Luke Olson will go to the free throw line. Governor defense is definitely playing a little bit quicker. Their offense is starting to feed off of that, and it's a big foul here for the Kernels, the third personal for the 6'1 senior, Aiden Myers, starting guard. Now the sophomore Olson to shoot a pair, but the first one is off the back of the rim, no good. Governors are 0 for 3 so far on the line in the early going here. 2:40 to go once again. Myers has to check out. Gavin Sukup, the junior back in, has played some good minutes off the bench so far for Mitchell. Second one here for Olson is down. Luke on the board with his first point. The Governors tack on another one onto this run. They trail by 5 now, 23-18. Trailed by 12 a short while ago. Goes sagging back in a 2-3 here, or a 2-1-2. On the move. Solik, he gets it down to McCardle. That might have been a double dribble in collecting the ball. He puts it on the floor. Edmond blocks his shot. McCardle keeps it alive. He'll get it out to the corner. Talley will score from the block. Good keep alive there for Charlie McCardle, keeping his composure. A 7-0 Governor run comes to an end. Mitchell is up by 7 again at 25-18. 2 minutes to play. Luke Olson pass tipped up into the air. Mitchell over pursues. Govs have the numbers, and it'll be Lincoln Kernels to put a 3 ball down. Left side on the top of the key. That's a big shot for Pierre. They're back within 4. 25-21. Kernels now with 7 in the game. Minute 40 to go. Kernels working it around. Skip pass across. As they'll get it underneath. Steele Morgan with a pretty reverse with the left hand. His first 2-pointer is up and good. Kernels by 6, 27-21. As the Governors work it in front of the Kernel bench now. Heisler will bring it back up top to reset. Here is Kernels against Dylan Solik. Kernels splitting defenders, loses it. Jackson Edmond goes up to get it. He tries to put one down with one hand and cannot do it. The Governors have now missed 3 dunks, but on the far end of the floor, it's a Brecken Kruger steal. Pierre will come right back. Kernels crosses over. He will get up there, puts too much on it off the glass. Maybe expecting contact that never came, or maybe there was contact and he got bumped a little too much. Don't know. And the overrated chance come again. Nice feed underneath. Morgan from McCardle. Steele Morgan puts it up and in. 29-21. on a basketball court. I just don't get that. I just don't get it, why people want to bury these guys the way they do. But must be a football thing. 15 seconds to play. Shot clock is off. Doves will play for the last shot. Kernels will survey, waits for a screen from Edmond. Spins in the lane, gets it to Heisler, and a traveling violation called on a good pivot move from Lincoln Kernels. Heisler had made the reverse, but they wave it off. Travel. Jackson Edmond got dinged on those good pivot moves in the lane a couple of times earlier this season. Sometimes you just wonder. 3 at the corner, or on the wing at the buzzer, is no good for Dylan Solik, and a first half comes to an end that still has the Kernels on top by 8, even though they only scored 8 in that second period. Govs outscored them 12-8, but a 12-point deficit cut back to 8 here as we'll go to the halftime. It's 29-21, Kernels lead. That's our score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, sponsored by Gales Gas Service in Pierce. We take a 3-minute break. Up next, our wealth partners, Ameriprise Financial Halftime. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball and your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 at drgnews.com.
Since 1894, Ameriprise Financial has worked for their clients' futures, helping millions of Americans retire on their terms. I'm Rick Doctor, a financial...
No further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre, or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at DancingSky.com.
Your winning destination, the Golden Buffalo Casino in Lower Brule, gives you more chances to win. Hot seat drawings, pick a prize drawings, chances to win great prizes, the hottest slots around. It's all just waiting for you at the Golden Buffalo Casino. Find out more by logging on to thegoldenbuffalocasino.com and by following them on Facebook. Just minutes north of Reliance, exit 248. We'd like to thank you for tuning into this broadcast and supporting our area youth. The Golden Buffalo Casino, proud to support Live Ticket.
Every farm is unique, but all farmers have something in common: the desire to maximize their land and improve it for the next generation. You need a cooperative that offers peace of mind. AgTegra Cooperative is an ag partner that shares your values and is part of your community. From agronomy and grain operations to energy and feed, AgTegra will link your farm to the future. AgTegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank, providing great service right from the start. It's our promise to you that sets us apart. With every handshake and a smile, we go that extra mile. When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank.
Dimmick Cheese has been making handmade artisan cheese for over 90 years and has over 25 flavors of cheese. Stop by the store for sampling of all the cheeses. The store also offers several South Dakota-made products. And at the store, find Remedy Brewing on tap. Dimmick Cheese offers gift boxes, and fundraisers are available. To find out more, go to the website, dimmickdairy.com, or call 605-928-3833. And don't forget to check your local grocery store for their premium cheeses and cheese spreads. Dimmick Cheese.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
Time to get down to the nuts and bolts of what's going on at Grossenberg Implement this weekend. It's nuts and bolts. That's right, save 8% on bulk SAE and metric bolts, washers, and nuts this week only at any Grossenberg Implement location. Make sure that you have plenty of bolts, nuts, washers on hand, all at a great 8% discount. All SAE and metric bolts, washers, and nuts on sale this week at Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product. Locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming, or online at Titan Machinery is your go-to Case IH agricultural equipment dealer. Your Highmore, Miller, and Pierre locations have a large selection of new and used ag equipment with access to one of the largest parts and whole goods inventories in the country. Titan Machinery prides itself in providing quality Case IH parts, service, and support to Highmore, Miller, Pierre, and the surrounding communities. Stop by Titan Machinery of Highmore, Miller, and Pierre today. Power and precision to grow.
The Fieldhouse in Pierre is your premier spot to watch all the sports, from your local Govs and Lady Govs, as well as Buffs and Lady Buffs, all the way up to your favorite big league teams. Kick back and relax with a pizza, nachos, burgers, or one of our air-fried appetizers. Wash down the food with your pick from our array of premium beverages. Between the action, be sure to check out the unique and plentiful memorabilia throughout the building. We can't wait for you to come in and watch the games with us broadcast on liveticket.tv. The Fieldhouse in Pierre.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Kernels wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and DRGnews.com.
Riverview RV Park overlooks Lake Sharp on the Missouri River. They have all the amenities from full hookups, laundry, showers, dog park, play area, and free Wi-Fi. There's no need to drive across the country. When here in central South Dakota, you can find some of the best fishing and the most spectacular sunrises and sunsets. Call us today at 605-280-6266 or reserve your next camping spot online at briggsrvpark.com. Make Riverview RV Park your home away from home experience.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
The opening tip, sponsored by Comtech in Pierre. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play. Jackson Edmond trying to cut it to Lincoln Keenholz, and Keenholz will jam. Edmond took it back. Marcus Talley had it. Keenholz came, took it away, and he takes it to the rack and throws down his second dunk of the night. He has missed a few tonight, but he gets his second one down. 29-23, a good start for the Governors as they keep one alive. Now on the move, Aiden Myers with 3 fouls, penetration and a kick out. Steele Morgan wants 3. Ben Heisler will collect a loose basketball. Pierre on a 3-on-3. Heisler going the distance, lays it up and in. A job well done by Ben Heisler off of the rebound, a coast-to-coast layup. And the Governors start with a 4-0 effort here in the third period. 8-point deficit is now cut in half, 29-25. Mitchell, as you watch this one at drgnews.com in home white, coming far court to near. Here's Charlie McCardle inside, left-handed jump hook. It's up, no good. Another rebound is down to Ben Heisler. Another coast-to-coast effort. There's contact, no whistle, but it's Heisler who gets the layup up and in. The Governors looking good again. Another transition basket in traffic for Benjamin Heisler. 29-27, and a timeout to be taken by Mitchell. Already Mitchell sensing a little bit of trouble, want to slow things down here in the third period. 6:34 to go, a 60-second timeout sponsored by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. Govs are back within 2 on River 92.7.
May add your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today. Your first...
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
Well, a spark so far has been lit in the second half early on by the Pierre Governors as they're back within 2, 29-27. Welcome back to the Corn Palace out of the Mitchell timeout. Dylan Solik fakes a 3. He gets Keenholz to fly by. He'll drive and score. Good patient basket there for Solik as the Govs had scored the first 6. Now Mitchell back up by 4, 31-27. Here's a foul that'll go to McCardle. Pass by Jacob Mayer to Ben Heisler on the top of the key, and McCardle just a half a step late. He'll pick up his second personal. First foul for either team here in the second half. A playoff atmosphere, no doubt about it, and there's a lot of big games played in this gym every year. They've got those Class A and B classics all the time. Of course, they've got Dakota Wesleyan University basketball. Always a big draw. Takeaway here by the Kernels as they knocked away a pass to Kernels cutting in the lane. Here's Steele Morgan for three, no good. McCardle clears out for an offensive rebound. McCardle led the Kernels with 7 rebounds on the official stats in that first half. He spins and somehow gets one to go here. Charlie McCardle having a good ball game for Mitchell, who leads by 6 again, 33-27. Mayer sets it up to Edmond underneath. Nice pass, good receive, good finish on the reverse for Lincoln Kernels. And Lincoln now with 11, Ben Heisler with 10 in double figures for the Governors. 5:15 to go in the third. Back to a 4-point game. Kernels clear the Governor press, far court to near. Governors in road green, Kernels in home white with the black numbers. Aiden Myers around the perimeter, back up top to start. Reset the offense, swing out. McCardle wants 3. That's off the side of the backboard, but he saves it. Steele Morgan, shot blocked by Jackson Edmond. The Governors will head the other way. And underneath the basket, contact and a whistle, and apparently a foul that'll go to the Kernels here. Governors again going in transition. Once again, it's Ben Heisler who takes it most of the way at least. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2 against Steele Morgan's first personal foul. Kernels had some opportunities, but Governors struggling from the line so far. Heisler, first of 2, rims in and out, no good. Aiden Myers checking out for the Kernels. Gavin Sokup, the 6'2 junior, on for the first time in the second half. Heisler will try again. Second free throw is good, and he'll check out, or at least somebody will. Yeah, it will be Heisler and Christian Bush. 6'4", big body on for the Governors. 33-30 now. Govs within a triple with 4:43 to go, third quarter. Govs trailed by 12 in the first half. Cut it down to 2 early here in the third period. Here's a tip and a takeaway by Kernels. But now as he tries to pass it up ahead, Marcus Talley runs it down and he'll take it right back. Good recognition for the sophomore Marcus Talley to keep the Kernels in possession here. Fake by Solik. He'll leave it with Morgan now up top, and this is Sokup for 3, and it's good. Gavin Sokup with a good shot here, and the Kernels get a little more breathing room, up by 6, 36-30. Halfway through our third quarter. Mayer looks left, sends it that way to Brecken Kruger. Screen and roll not available. Now Edmond. Kruger can't connect the pass. It's a takeaway for Steele Morgan up ahead, and a finish for Talley. Governor passing's got to be a little bit better right there on that example. 3:40 to go now in the third. Kernels with a flurry, 5 in a row, has them up by 8 now, 38-30. Turnover by the Governors was their 7th, but their 3rd here in the second half so far. And now a hold called away from the basketball. Foul goes to the Kernels apparently. Their 3rd team foul. This one goes to Talley, and that'll be his first. Charlie McCardle checking out. Colton Smith, fine-looking freshman, on for the first time in the second half. The Governors to inbound. Mayer finds Kernels on the top of the key. Bush inside. Edmond gets hammered. He'll go to the free throw line. Governors running the inbounds play as well. Governors sub-varsity teams are showing up and standing up on the end of the court, where Jackson Edmonds going to shoot 2 free throws now. Colton Smith with his second personal. Jackson's first is good. Watch the fouls now. Mitchell now has the fast start in the foul category here in the second half. They have 4 as a team. Colton Smith picking up his second personal. 7-point game, and the second one is good. Make it a 6-point game again, 38-32. Kernels leading with the basketball. Kernels have not trailed in this game, and with 3:15 left here in the third. Press is broken once again with the pass. Dylan Solik on the drive. Oh, that's pretty. Dylan Solik splitting defenders. A little bit of hang time on that one on the right side. He kisses it off the glass and in with the left hand. Kernels back up by 8 again. Here's Edmond. Trying to decide where to go against Smith. He'll find Kernels, pass underneath, and the reverse with the right hand is up and good. Governors again moving well without the basketball, but starting to deliver their passes here. Kernels get it down to Solik. He'll kick it back to Talley. Mitchell, more than the Governors, not in any hurry really, or not in as much of a hurry offensively on their possessions. Here's a long three beyond the college line, but this one's up no good for Gavin Sokup after he hit one a moment ago from about a foot shorter on that same spot. Edmond rebounds. The Governors will have it again. Here's Kruger. Governors on the far end of the floor from where we're at. Underneath, Edmond is off the glass, fed by Kernels, and good for Jackson Edmond. 6 for Jackson. The Governors not going away at all. 40-36. Under 2 minutes to play in the third. Steele Morgan to Solik. Back to Morgan, and it's good. Steele Morgan made that look easy. Governors sagged off a little bit. It looked like the Kernels were going to maybe take their time again setting up in the half court. That wasn't the case. Here's Kruger for 3. That is good. Skip pass from Kernels, and Brecken Kruger hits a big triple, and the Governors will cut it to 3 again, and they'll take a timeout with 90 seconds to play here in quarter number 3. A 60-second timeout this time, brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. We're back in a minute. This is Governor Basketball.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Have all of your painting supplies at the Paint Store in Pierre. They mix paint and they color match paint. They carry interior and exterior stains. Great selection of paint. Find it at 1006 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. The Paint Store, 605-224-8312, 224-8312. The Paint Store is a proud supporter of the Stanley County Buffaloes and the Pierre Governors in sports and activities. The Paint Store, same great paint, same great services.
And
Mitchell 42, Governors 39 with a minute and a half to play in the third. Welcome back to the world's only Corn Palace. I'm Brian Oakland. We've got a good one with a postseason atmosphere. It's February, but we're getting closer and closer to March all the time. Governor Basketball brought to you in part by Pierre Sports Marketing Partners, including the Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce, Olinger Law Firm, Iceberg Funeral Home, Guadalajara Mexican Restaurant, and us, your official voice of Governor Basketball, James River Broadcasting and DRGnews.com. Cade Kaiser had a tip and a takeaway, but on the way back, the Governors have it stolen right back by Gavin Sokup. He will feed now Morgan in the corner for 3, and Steele Morgan hits another big one. Boy, another point swing there in favor of the Kernels. Kernels stops and goes. Oh, look at how pretty that was. Kernels with hang time and the foul. I didn't hear the whistle, but Kernels reaches out, crossing the lane. Right hand finger roll. It's up and good with the spin. Tack on the harm as well. Hoop and the harm, as they say, and Solik with his first personal foul. Team foul number 5 here for the Kernels. Jackson Edmond will catch a break with 53 seconds to go in the third. Ben Heisler back in. He's been on the bench for a bit. 45-41. Kernels lead by 4 with a free throw pending for Lincoln Kernels, which is up and good. Off the front of the rim, and it crawls across. Lincoln hits his first free throw attempt of the night, and we're back to a 3-point game. Almost feels like the Governors are just waiting to pounce. Governor fans certainly hope that's the case. They played a little bit better in the second half. Here's a hold foul called on Cade Kaiser right down below us. That's going to be the first team foul for the Govs here in the second half against Mitchell's 5, but Cade Kaiser picking up his second in the game. 42 seconds to go, third quarter. Mitchell will inbound from down below. On the end line, Solik finds Talley. He'll send it across to Sukup. Now Steele Morgan off the high post. Back to Sukup. A deep three is up and no good. Kept alive and put back up and in. Plus a foul, and Dylan Solik gets up high with the offensive rebound, and he'll go to the free throw line. A foul called on Ben Heisler. Solik came out of nowhere. Brianna Kuzler said, try to keep a handle on Dylan Solik and Steele Morgan. Solik with his first basket of the, check it. Solik has had a big second half, so has Steele Morgan. Both here in the third quarter. 3-point play by Keenholz, and Solik can answer with one of his own. Free throw is up, and it's good. 48-42, Dylan Solik in double figures now. As is Morgan, 11 and 12 respectively. Governors can play for the last shot here in the third period, but they trail by 6. They definitely could use a bucket here. 15 ticks to go. In the third, Pierre trailed by 8 at halftime, trailing by 6 right now. Hoping for a good finish. Luke Olson from the wing, and he tries to get it across, but it gets away from Cade Kaiser. Pass goes out of bounds. Turnover number 5 for Pierre in the second half, 9 in the game. Mitchell's got 5 seconds to go the length of the floor, and the Governors will try to make that task as difficult as possible with 4 guys in the backcourt. They get it into Solik. Keenholz is good enough defensively to force Dylan Solik to step on the sideline as he passes in front of the scorer's table. Pierre's got plenty of time, all things considered. Now 3.3 seconds to go off of the takeaway. They'll get it into Keenholz. He'll cross, and 30-footer is off the top of the backboard. No good, and the Governors will take a 6-point deficit as it turns out to the fourth quarter. On the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, Kernels have led throughout. At the end of 3, it's 48-42 Mitchell. Scoreboard's brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre, and we are back in 60 seconds for quarter number 4. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Wilbur Ellis. Our forward-thinking approach to crop protection, nutrition, and seed development combines years of service and expertise to the latest technology wherever you are, whatever your needs. We offer seed sales, providing Integra, DeKalb, and NK seed, fertilizer and chemical application, which includes ground and air spray, and more. Much more. We're proud to sponsor all area sports and activities with locations in Miller, Highmore, and Blunt. Wilbur Ellis.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
What if we said...
To the fourth we go, back at the Corn Palace in a fast-moving game, but Mitchell leading 48-42. The Kernels have the basketball to start our second half. Brian Oakland, glad to have you here on a Thursday night. Mitchell wants to go right to the air. 3-ball up from the right wing, but no good. And Brecken Kruger down with a rebound. The miss for Gavin Sokup, but up the floor. And Mitchell gets a hand on the pass. Mitchell fans wanted a turnover, but they won't get it. Maybe some of them getting a little bit restless here. Sideline throw in to our right from Kruger. Starting 5 out there for the Governors. Looks like the starting, 4 of the starting 5 for the Kernels, including also Gavin Sukup off the bench. Govs get it down to Kruger, who feeds it to Jackson Edmond, and a jumper at the free throw line is up and good for Edmond. The Governors within 4, 48-44. They strike first here in the fourth quarter of play. Kernels far court to near. Here in the second half, Solik leaves it with Morgan. Now Sukup to the corner to Marcus Talley. Kernels will work it around the perimeter. Solik fakes. Back to Sukup on the wing. 3-ball, no. And Edmond with a high rebound here. Sukup hit one in that third quarter, but he's missed 4 straight. But the shooters are going to keep on shooting. Here's Edmond off the right block. To Kernels, now Mayer to reset. 6:45 to play. Govs trailing by 4. And again, Mitchell has led this game throughout. Pierre trailed by 12 at one point, got back within 2 at 29-27. But the Kernels have had an answer for everything. There's a travel on Heisler. Caught a pass ranging to his right, dragged the pivot foot, a little hop in the step, and turnover number 10 for the Govs will give it back to Mitchell. Well, you go back so many years, so many good battles between these two teams in this gym, and this one has that feel once again. Governors could really use this game to try to get back into the top 8 of the SODAC 16 rankings, but you got to do it one possession at a time. Right now it's a defensive possession that they need to make a play on. Plenty of time to go. 6:15, they're counting it down. 48-44 Kernels. Talley going to pop a 3, and it's good. Marcus Talley. Just an easy, smooth stroke on that one. Kernels by 7 now. 51-44, and a block against Edmond as he tries to make his way to the bucket. This is Steele Morgan. And that'll be Steele's second. Team foul number 6 for the Kernels. So after this throw-in, the Governors are in the bonus the rest of the way. 6 minutes to play. They'll work it around, but Mayer's pass too tall for Edmond. Stolen by Morgan. Here come the Kernels again. This is a big possession for Mitchell. If they can get another basket down, go up by 3 possessions. Well, it already is 3, but maybe even 4 if they can get a 3-pointer down. Morgan gonna try it. Left wing, 3, no good. Edmond tips it, and it's off the glass to Kernels. Here we'll head the other way. Kernels trying to speed it up. But he'll back it back out now, down to 5:30 to go. Clock's gonna become a problem for the Governors unless they keep it close here. Could use a bucket now. Kernels finds space. He'll dipsy do. It's up and good, and tack on a foul. In between defenders, Lincoln Kernels, smooth as silk, gets the finger roll to fall. He heads to the stripe. And a chance to make it a 4-point game again. Right now 51-46. We'll see who they put the foul on. It goes on 23, Dylan Solik. Nobody in this game really in any kind of foul trouble. Aiden Myers had 3 fouls in the second period, but he's still on 3. Kernels finishes the 3-point play, and we've got a 3-point game again. Make it a 4-point game, 51-47. 5:15 to go in regulation. Governors looking for another defensive stop. Myers back to Talley, left open, enough to fire, but the 3-pointer's no good. A long rebound to Luke Olson. Olson heads up the floor, fumbles the dribble, gets it to Kruger though. Now Edmond down on the right block, backing his way in against Morgan. Spins up, good. Jackson Edmond for 2. And the lead is down to 2 for Mitchell, 51-49. Jackson Edmond showing why he's going to play at the next level after that strong move. Kernels down to Talley in the corner here. He'll find Morgan. They'll swing it around quickly. Now Myers gets it back up top. Left side Solik. Talley is open again as Edmond had to fight through a screen. That was a job well done, moving without the ball and opening that one up. Talley hits the 3 from the left corner. And just like that, it's a 5-point game again. 54-49. Kernels to Kruger. Fakes the 3 again. Now it's Heisler. Governors continue to post up, and Edmond. Somehow Morgan falls down, trying to sell a charge. That didn't happen, and the Edmond hook shot was also off the mark. Rebound to Myers in the Kernels. Past the 4-minute mark of quarter number 4. Mitchell by 5. Morgan up to Myers for 3. That won't go. It's up to Kruger, who gets the rebound here. And the Governors will take it the other way. Kernels. Tip pass, but Edmond collects it. Over the shoulder, it's back to Kernels. He'll put it up and in. Those two are working well tonight. Another good pass for Jackson Edmond. 54-51. Mitchell by 3. Solik, high pass, but Myers goes up and gets it. Mitchell will get it to Charlie McCardle. Talley is lost again. The Governors lost him is what I mean there. Open 3, no good. Tipped, rebound. collected by Steele Morgan, and it's up and good. And again, the Governors, sometimes they've been struggling to defend the three-point shot. That one led to a second chance basket, and Mitchell leads by 5 with 2:59 to play in regulation. 56-51, a full timeout called by the Govs. We'll take it back in 1 minute. This is Pierre Governor basketball.
A bank isn't a place to lock up money. It's a place to set it free. If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. American Bank and Trust.
One way American Bank and Trust enjoys giving back to the Pierre community is through our Spirit Card program. These cards are a great way to give back to our schools and show hometown pride. Call or stop in today to get your own Spirit Card. Go Governors!
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Dakota Antler is
92.7 KGFX FM, Pierre. Arrive alive. Don't text and drive.
Back at the Corn Palace, out of the third timeout of the night used by the Governors. They've got 2 left. Mitchell has 3. Pierre down by 5, 56-51 with the basketball. Good to have you back with us here on a Thursday night. Lincoln Kernels working inside. Turnaround shot. It's up and good over Dylan Solik. Lincoln having himself a second half. He's got 23 points now. He had 7 at halftime. 56-53. The Governors again now need a defensive stop. Gavin Sukup in there. Passes it on the bouncer to Morgan. Underneath to Charlie McCardle. Heisler tries to defend, but McCardle muscles it up and in. Charlie McCardle has played a great ball game tonight. 58-53. Kernels back up by 5 as the teams trade baskets. Kernels has it from Luke Olson now. Now to Ben Heisler. Olson left side. Finds Edmond, wrapped up, but the right-handed jump hook rims in and out, no good. Edmond tips it off of McCardle, but it's collected by Morgan, and the Governors come up empty. 2 minutes to play, 58-53. Mitchell with the advantage, setting it up, Marcus Talley. Solik will go right side in front of the Kernel bench to Morgan. Now again down to McCardle, who'll get it right back, and Morgan for 3, no good. Olson gets the ricochet. Morgan 2 out of 6 from outside the arc. Governors looking for some offense. Kernels is outside the arc. Now he'll go and pop from the right elbow, and it's good. 3 bounces on the rim. It finally heads down, and it's 58-55. Pierre back within 3 again. As the teams continue to seesaw back and forth from a 3-point to a 5-point lead. Miscommunication here this time as Talley unable to hook up with Solik, or Sukup rather, and it's out of bounds. Turnover number 9 for Mitchell. Heisler out, Jacob Mayer in. Ben going to need a quick break. The Govs obviously will need him back in there, but the Governors need a big basket right now. We're down to 1:14 to play in regulation. Pierre has been within 2 twice at 29-27 and 51-49 in this game. Here comes Kruger, and he'll pick up a foul on the floor. Aiden Myers trying to close off the baseline, gets him with a forearm shiver, and Myers will pick up his 4th personal. The Governors have a free throw opportunity here, as Brecken Kruger will go to the stripe to shoot a 1-and-1 with 1:04 to go in regulation. Kruger waiting. Officials making sure everybody is set. Now Brecken, 2 dribbles. The crouch, the shot is off the back of the rim, no good. Too many missed free throws for the Governors tonight. As it turns out, Myers with the rebound, and Riker Kreitzfeld will take a timeout here. We're in the final minute. It's 58-55, 56 seconds to play. Let's take a 60-second timeout from Coca-Cola Bottling. This is Pierre Governor Basketball.
the biggest antler buyer in our region. Tony and Derek pay cash all year long for antlers and horns. Deer, elk, moose, and sheep can be cash in your pocket. They'll come to you, too. Find them on Dakota Antlers LLC or online at dakotaantlers.com. You can also give them a call to set up an appointment. Call Derek at 605-360-3749 or Tony at 605-730-0108. Dakota Antler, a proud supporter of all local athletics and activities.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
Are in a 1-and-1 bonus. Pierre has a bunch of fouls to give meanwhile, and if they have to get into a situation where they have to foul now, the Governors are going to have to spend an awful lot of time trying to catch up in that department for what it's worth. Here's Aiden Myers. He better start making progress. He does, kind of. To save a 5-second violation, Mitchell chewing the shot clock, which is down to 8, and now Jacob Mayer commits the foul. Well, that's a bad time to commit a foul, as it turns out. That'll refresh the shot clock, and now the shot clock and the game clock are pretty much even. 36 seconds to play on the game clock, a fresh 35 for Mitchell. The Governors have to foul quickly. But it's into Myers. Kruger going after it. It is still a one-possession game. Here's Olsen. He'll come and foul. He'll send Marcus Talley. No, he won't send him to the free throw line. It's only team foul number 4, Olsen's first personal. 26 seconds to play in regulation. A game the Governors have not led, and they haven't even been tied. Well, they were tied at 2-2 and 4-4. Govs defend the inbound, and a timeout taken by the Kernels. A quick 30 coming up with 26 seconds to play. Back in 30 on a Coca-Cola break. This is Governor basketball.
Acres Ahead is back with AgTegra Cooperative. Now is the time to secure product, lock in early season prices, and receive delayed payment terms on your agronomy inputs. Fertilizer, seed, and crop protection purchases from Acres Ahead also qualify for triple play grain premiums, diesel discounts, and feed discounts. Contact your local AgTegra agronomist to learn more on how Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. AgTegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
Calling all high school seniors.
Timeout number 4 taken by the Kernels. They've got 1 left. The Governors can use 2 if necessary. 26 seconds to play. Kernels by 3 as they set up in the inbound. They get it into Myers, and he'll be wrapped up by Mayer. Still 2 to go. Well, that one plus 1 more for the Govs to give, but if they want to get Mitchell to the free throw line, which is the case, they still need to commit 2 more. Only a couple of seconds off, and now a foul called immediately on the inbound this time. This one is going to send Mayer out of the game with his 5th personal. Jacob with just 2 points in this game today. A layup in the first quarter. Governors with 1 more can send Mitchell to the free throw line. Mitchell continues to stack the deck near half court. Inbound by Solik is tipped by Olsen, but as he's falling back, he only tips it, and it gets to Marcus Talley, and then he'll be fouled in the backcourt by Jackson Edmonds. So Talley, the sophomore, will come to the free throw line on the near side. Edmonds' 3rd personal. A 3-point game, a 1-possession game. 21 seconds to play. Obviously, just a 1-and-1 coming here for Talley, who's had a good game. Couple of threes hits in the second half. He's got 14 points. But a big free throw here for the youngster. Edmond and Kernels will be the closest to rebound. They don't get a chance on this one. First free throw is good, and Talley will earn another. Mitchell, a perfect 6 out of 6 on the line so far in this game. That one makes it a 4-point lead, 59-55. Tally with the left hand, pushes another one up, and that's good. 60-55, Kernels. Kernels lets it roll, and the Governors will speed it to the bench and take the timeout here with 19.4 seconds left. Quick 30-second break this time from Coca-Cola Bottling. Govs trail by 5. They need something spectacular to happen when we return in 30 seconds. This is Governor Basketball.
Not sure what your next step is? Consider Dakota Wesleyan University's Learn and Earn program located in Pierre. Current students in the Learn and Earn program are thriving. That's because the Learn and Earn program is different. Take classes on a flexible schedule at the Capital City campus and intern with a Pierre area business for a paid work experience. Scholarships are available. Visit dwu.edu/learn and earn today.
In Pierre. Back to Pierre basketball in the Corn Palace, which is sponsored by Pierre Sports Marketing partners or sponsors who include Bank West, the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, the Dairy Queen, and Capital City Motors. A Keenholz inbound to Luke Olson. Olson's pass trying to get to the top of the key is tipped by Aiden Myers. Olson now to Kruger. He's going to fire a long three. That'll miss everything, and it'll go out of bounds. Another good job of defense by the Mitchell Kernels, denying the Governors' inbound efforts. And the Kernels will get the ball underneath the basket. With 5 seconds left. Still a 2-possession game, obviously. Kruger will foul Aiden Myers on the inbound, so they'll bring it back this way to shoot another 1-and-1. Marcus Talley hit a couple of big free throws a moment ago. Now Aiden Myers, the 6'1 senior, will toe the line. Charlie McCardle and Colton Smith will check in. Mitchell will bring out Talley. And some bantering between the student sections and continuing. There's one thing that people love to do is dig on the Pierre Governors, especially because of their football success. Myers with a good free throw. It's up and good. He'll earn another one on the 1-and-1, and the Governors, especially if Myers can make one more here, we'll have to go back to the drawing board once again. Myers is good. 62-55 with 6 seconds to play. A long inbound to Heisler, who turns around. McCardle standing in his way. Loose ball put up by Heisler from distance, and that's off the mark, and that'll do it, even though the ball goes out of bounds with 7/10 of a second left. A good ball game that had that state tournament feel, or that postseason feel. But Mitchell never trails, and on the final Gales Gas Service scoreboard, the Kernels defeat the Governors by the score of 62-55. Final score is brought to you by Gales Gas Service. Use their budget plan and keep full service to stay warm all season long with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. The Governors' 3-game win streak comes to an end. Tough battle here, but still another good ball game, and you got to tip your hat to the Mitchell Kernels, especially defensively. I think they played extremely well in this game, and they made enough plays offensively to hold off the Pierre Governors in this one. 62-55 from the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. It's up to the postgame next. Postgame sponsored by Family Dental with offices in Pierre and Gettysburg. This is Pierre Governor Basketball and your official voice of Pierre Governor Athletics. River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
The team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg are devoted to spending time with each patient to answer all questions and address any concerns that arise. Family Dental wants all their current and future patients to feel welcome and comfortable and to have the healthiest, best-looking smile possible. They can take care of all your family's dental needs with cleanings, checkups, implants, same-day crowns, and many other dental services. Dr. Ryan Jensen welcomes new patients. Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg, caring for all your family's dental needs.
The 2023 Chevy Blazer from Beck Motor Company has quickly become a trendsetter. The stylish yet sporty SUV has all the conveniences you need, along with a few extra. Amazing cargo space, huge color touchscreen, standard remote start are just the beginning of the features that you'll find on the Chevy Blazer. Check it out online, beck-motors.com. Then stop in and test drive today. Beck Motor Company, Pierre.
Your cancer care should be as unique as you are. At Avera Breast Center, our team of experts create a treatment plan that will work best for your type of cancer, using the latest screening, radiation, and surgical techniques. You also have access to holistic approaches to help with side effects, and a 24/7 call center for answers to your cancer questions when you need them. Learn more at avera.org/breast or by calling 855-697-2592.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
Well, a really good ball game between two very, very good basketball teams here in Class AA, but tonight the home team wins out as the Governors, I tell you what, all of these tough games that the Governors are playing and coming up short on, except for that O'Gorman game. And of course, they did lose at home to Sioux Falls, Washington early in the season, but these tough ones of late have all been on the road. Aberdeen, Yankton, Brandon Valley. And here tonight in Mitchell, as the Governors' three-game win streak comes to an end with a 62-55 loss to the Kernels. And again, these two teams were tied at 2, tied at 4, but the Kernels got some things opened up in that first quarter. They really got the offense going, but they were doing it with defense as well. They were out hustling, out rebounding the Governors. In fact, 10 rebounds, I think, by Mitchell kind of set the tone in that first quarter. Some offensive boards, some second chance points, and Mitchell had the recipe tonight as they bounce back off of a tough loss themselves. Coach Riker Kreitzfeld told me in the pregame that they played a very physical game against Washington on Tuesday night, and I think they came out and brought that same intensity with physicality in this game. And I don't know if the Governors were really ready for that same type of physicality. Govs have won, they won 3 games at home against teams that really don't play that style, and Pierre was able to play their up-tempo style themselves tonight. It just took the Govs a little bit to kind of get going in this game, and I think obviously being down by 12 at one point, they got it back within 2 a couple of times in this game, and it looked like good things were about to happen for the Governors, but every time Pierre got close, Mitchell had an answer, and down the stretch, Mitchell was able to hit some free throws as well and make it a more comfortable 7-point margin of victory, 62-55 in this one. Mitchell leads, of course, at all quarter stops, 21-9 at the end of one. Governors did have a 12-8 advantage in the second period, pulled back within 8 at 29-25, and then a 21-19 advantage for Pierre in the third makes it 48-42. They, after scoring the first 6 points of that third period. As we mentioned, Pierre got it to 29-27, but Mitchell was able to respond from there. And then in the fourth quarter, Pierre got it all the way down to a 2-point deficit at 51-49. But Mitchell eventually outscores the Govs by 1 at 14-13 in the fourth quarter, and again hitting those free throws. They went 4 for 4 in 1-on-1 situations down the stretch. Governors had to commit an awful lot of fouls, spend some time in the last 30 seconds to try to get Mitchell eventually to the free throw line. But when Mitchell got there, they did respond. 2 for 2 from Marcus Talley and another 2 for 2 from Aiden Myers, who actually those were only his only 2 points of the game. So they did seal the deal as you're supposed to, whether you're a sophomore or a senior. As Talley and Myers are, respectively. Good game for the Kernels here tonight as they win it 62-55. Kernels improved to 13-4 on the season, 5-1 in the ESD. Coach Kreitzfeld said the ESD championship, or the standings in conference, kind of a big thing for them, and they get a big win here tonight with 2 more games in conference to go. The Governors fall to an even 4-4 against ESD opponents, and 11-7 on the season overall. Pierre coming in that 9th power rating, which obviously is a road game, sending them to number 8 if the postseason were to begin tonight. Mitchell firmly plants themselves a little more in that number 4 spot at worst here with this victory tonight. Take a look at the stats in this one. We have been given official DAC stats, if you will, so we'll give you those for the Pierre Governors on the game. 23 out of 45 overall, just 3 of 14 from outside the arc. That after hitting 10 or so on Tuesday night at home, but 3 of 14 tonight. Kruger hits a couple, and Lincoln Kernels with 1 as well, but just 6 of 11 from the free throw line for the Governors. And for what it's worth, the Governors came out still wanting to push the tempo, but maybe got a little ahead of themselves. They actually missed 3 dunks tonight in this one. They put 4 down. They're at 54 for those that are counting on the season. Heisler and Kernels with 2 each, but 3 missed dunks kind of are going to actually, unfortunately, kind of be big plays in this game. We're not going to make those the big plays of the game, but we'll think of something else a little later on in the post game. But the Governors, again, will have 3 players in double figures. Lincoln Kernels did have a good second half, and again, you see the athleticism and really the beauty and the art form of what Lincoln can do in driving the lane in the second half. Some of these finishes that he had, very impressive. 25 points, though. He'll lead all scorers. Unfortunately, it's not enough. Ben Heisler was held to 11 tonight. Jackson Edmond held to 10 points on this night. Brecken Kruger with those 2 threes finishes with 6 points. Jacob Mayer has 2 points on a layup in the first period. Luke Olson with 1 free throw down off the bench. Cade Kaiser and Christian Bush played but do not score tonight. For Mitchell, 24 of 52 as they scare 50% in this one. If it wasn't for 3-point shooting, they'd have been well over 50%. But outside the arc, they go 5 out of 23 overall. But as we mentioned, a perfect 9 of 9 from the free throw stripe for the Kernels, and they'll be led by 4 double-figure scores. Marcus Talley with 16 points. Steele Morgan with 14. He hit a couple of threes. So did Talley. Talley hit the big ones in the fourth quarter. Dylan Solek with 11 points. Charlie McCardle with 10 in this one. Aiden Myers with those 2 free throws off the bench. Colton Smith hit a couple of threes with 6 points, and Gavin Sokup with 3 points, including the one from the long from outside the arc as well, as Mitchell outscores the Govs by 7 tonight, 62-55. Mitchell with the rebounding advantage, 27-22, something that you don't really expect. Governors with the size advantage. Governors have that athleticism, and tonight the balls just bounce the way of the Kernels, and they kept a lot of things alive, tipping basketballs to themselves or to teammates, and things like that. I think that contributes to the offensive rebounding, where the Kernels had an 8-3 advantage, so you definitely get some help there if you're Mitchell. Charlie McCardle leads the Kernels with 9 rebounds, also 5 for Marcus Talley, 5 more for Steele Morgan. Jackson Edmond pulls down 7 to lead Pierre. Luke Olson with 4 rebounds, most of them of the long variety. Kruger with 3 as well. but the Governors getting out-rebounded tonight, which does tell part of the story. Assists, it's Mitchell in the lead with that category, 12-7 overall, and Dylan Solik with 3 big dishes there. 10 turnovers apiece for the Governors and for the Kernels. Block shots, actually they got Pierre with 1, Mitchell with none. I actually had Pierre with 5 block shots in this game, so something's amiss there. 6 steals for the Governors, and 3 of those by Lincoln Keenholz, and 5 for the Kernels is what the official stats tell us in this one. But the one stat that matters, it's Mitchell 62 and the Governors 55. See if we get a conversation with Brianna Kuzler still to come in our Family Dental post game. But let's take another 3-minute break, and we've got big plays of the game to talk about when we come back with more big plays from Hermanson Endodontics, and we'll still award a Cowboy Country Stores Player of the Game as our post game continues. This is Governor Basketball.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building, the garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Hey, DQ fans, spread the love with February's Blizzard Treat of the Month, Triple Truffle. It blends peanut butter, fudge, caramel truffles, and of course, that world-famous DQ soft serve. You heard that right, not 1, not 2, but 3 of the best truffles from the chocolate box. Show your love to that someone special this month with the Triple Truffle Blizzard Treat. Only at participating DQ locations. Happy tastes good.
Have you found yourself worrying about inflation and market volatility? Considering what should I do? Can I do anything? Am I going to be okay? The Ranky Gray team has been coaching their clients through these tumultuous times for over 35 years. Let us discover what easy, time-tested adjustments can be made for you. For a free second opinion, our team can be reached at 605-224-5959. Let's start today.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC. A registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Ranky Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? Live Ticket TV has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages start at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Century Business Products is a proud supporter of South Dakota High School athletics and proud to provide the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to schools and businesses in the area, all backed by their 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color costs? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology. Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotaststormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Welcome back as we continue our Family Dental postgame. A chance to chat with head coach Brianna Kuzler. Another tough and hard-fought loss by the Governors here tonight, but a night where the Mitchell Kernels on their home court just made a few more plays. Coach, I think you look at the way this game started. You're down 21-9 at the end of one quarter of play, and Mitchell, I think, just came ready to play. Maybe it took you a little while to get in rhythm. I mean, they pulled down some rebounds. You just couldn't quite hit those shots. After a bit, I think you settle in and play pretty well. But unfortunately, in this game, every run you had, they had an answer for you.
Yeah, their response was great all night, and then they started out early. Credit Mitchell for the intensity that they brought offensively, and they just we were getting buried too much inside, and we should have made some adjustments earlier than that. And we got down early, but we got to start figuring out, and us as coaches go back to the drawing board a little bit, because this is 2 games in a row where after the first quarter we didn't like where we were sitting at. And it was against Brookings on Tuesday, and then now here. And while we were ahead against Brookings, it was too many points that we gave up in that first quarter. And so we got to get back to work tomorrow and make sure that we're getting off to the starts that we want to, and not be giving up the looks that we were. But I thought that we did battle back, and they really, our guys proved that they were there ready to compete come that second, third, and fourth quarter, but it was just a little bit too much that we gave up early on, and we never were able to close that gap.
Yeah, and I think part of that is you and I you've used the word turkey before, and that's kind of what I was hoping for in that second half. You get a bucket, you get a stop. You get a bucket, you get a stop. You get another bucket. It seemed from up here that there was a time where that was going to happen. You got back within 2 at 51-49. You had the momentum, but once again, they just had the answer. I think the one thing that they had, which surprises me a little bit more than what I was expecting coming in, they had the rebounding advantage in this one, and unfortunately, those really came up big for them.
They got too many second chance opportunities that ultimately resulted in scores, and they also, credit them, they made plays, and just as soon as we get a steal and then they're right in the passing lane when we're trying to advance it in transition, and those couple of times that happened, it resulted in 3 points down at the other end, so that's 6 points right there. We uncharacteristic misses of 5 dunks that we had in the first half, and that's 10 points right there as well. All of a sudden, 16 points is a different ball game, but at the same time, I thought that it was competitive. I don't want to say wipe away that first quarter, but it forced us to have to kind of turn on the turbojets a little bit and get back into it. So I thought that the boys they competed hard the entire night.
When things are going well offensively too, it still seems like you're able to do things quite consistently, I think, in getting the inside post play going. Unfortunately, the outside shots weren't quite falling, but it's just getting people moving, and obviously Lincoln had a big second half in finishing layups and things like that. But again, I just feel like I'm crediting Mitchell with everything I say, but the way the job they do on Edmond and Heisler tonight, I think, was also big in this game.
Yeah, they worked hard to get them out of position, and Jackson found himself. He found other guys still, and was able to create some other opportunities out of that. But I thought that you're absolutely right. It was still, and I'm not happy right now by any means. But at the same time, this is a top 4 team right now in the state, and we feel like we should have beat them. And you look at, it's easy to be nitpicky about certain opportunities and stuff like that, but that's why it kind of leaves a sour taste in your mouth, and because you'd like those few possessions back, and it all goes back to valuing the possessions that we have, and but at the same time, we still do have time, and although it's running out, we're making improvements that we need to in order to compete with teams like this down the stretch.
Yeah, and obviously with each loss here down the stretch, with 2 games to go against 2 very difficult Sioux Falls opponents, as it turns out, including top-ranked Jefferson next, you may have to realize, or you may have to come to the realization and accept the fact that you may have to go on the road, unfortunately, for a post game. The road hasn't been very nice. With these close losses, as it's turned out, can't look at it that way, obviously. But you still know that no matter who you play, you have a pretty good chance of coming out on top.
I think we hold our own destiny right now, and I think that needs to be the mindset. If we can get 2 wins next week, I like our chances of sitting into a 7-8 seed and being able to host. And so, I think the stance that we need to take is not allowing another team to take that from us. And our guys have busted their butt all year, and they deserve a home game, and especially with the atmosphere that we do have at home. But you know what? If that should not be the case, we're going to go and compete our butts off on the road as well. And it's closing in on crunch time here, but I like who we have as competitors come crunch time.
You hear on these in these road venues, of course, when you come up short, that the teams love to beat the Pierre Governors, and that has a lot to do with their success on the football field. Of course, obviously Sioux Falls Jefferson is a team that kind of stole one away from you in the Sodak 16 last year. Now you can go in there as the team with the chip on your shoulder and maybe come out with the upset there.
I think that needs to be absolutely the mindset right there. Is we got to start playing with an edge, and an edge from the tip off to the final horn, and whatever that entails. Everybody individually has to figure that out, and I think that I know that we're able to do it. It's just everybody coming together, united as one.
All right, Coach. We'll see you Tuesday night in Sioux Falls. All right, Coach Brianna Kuzler, the Governors falling tonight, 62-55. Thanks for coming up and chatting with us, and we've got more in our post game. Let's take a quick break and hear from Hermanson Endodontics. Our big plays of the game are coming up next from Hermanson Endodontics and Pierre. This is Governor Basketball.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much of the tooth as possible using state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Hermanson Endodontics with big plays of the game here in this one. And yes, if you really want to be nitpicky, you can kind of look at missed dunks in the first half. It's just something that really nobody expects. The Governors have been dunking all season long, but hey, Coach Kreitz felt if you did actually raise these rims to 12 feet, I guess that was probably a good thing, because maybe that's why the Governors couldn't quite get up high enough on a few occasions. Just kidding with that. But really, one of the last things we talked about with Coach Kuzler, to me, is the offensive rebounding, and the Mitchell Kernels were better in that department tonight, 8-3 on the offensive end, and to me, a guy that plays bigger, taller than he really is was Charlie McCardle. He came down with some big ones here in this one, and that offensive rebounding, those second chances, obviously Mitchell hitting their free throws in the fourth quarter, even though there weren't an awful lot of them to be attempted. But it's just Mitchell able to get the stops when they needed them, and they got the answers of Governor rallies when they needed them. But it was rebounding that kind of set it all up, and a job well done there with the big plays of the game from the Mitchell rebounders in this one, out rebounding the probably taller, especially from a jumping standpoint, Pierre Governors tonight. Big plays of the game brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. And with that, we take a look and talk about the players of the game. Players of the game, a courtesy of Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. And let's hear from them, and our player of the game is next.
Anytime is a good time for Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Fill up your tank and your stomach. Hunting the fields, fishing the waters, taking kids to activities, Cowboy Country Stores are ready for you. Feed the family while on the go with delicious foods. Breakfast starting at 5 a.m. Fresh baked pastries, coffees, regular and breakfast pizzas. Federal bird stamps. Convenience with a capital C. Cowboy Country Stores and Champs Chicken on Euclid and Harrison in Pierre and in Fort Pierre.
Cowboy Country Store's player of the game tonight, with a pat on the back once again to Lincoln Kernels in that big second half that he had 25 points. The Governors still got defended very well, and certainly better than a lot of teams have been able to do so far this season tonight by Mitchell. You look on the winning side, and there are 4 players in double figures. And, I was just singing the praises of Charlie McCardle in particular, 10 points, 9 rebounds. And despite higher scorers, I was all prepared to go with Mr. McCardle as our player of the game. He gets a big pat on the back. But the guy in the fourth quarter that hit the 3-pointers and also a couple of free throws that helped seal the deal and keep the Kernels in the lead was Marcus Talley, the 6-foot sophomore. And we're going to go the way of the young youngster, the sophomore, Marcus Talley. He's tonight's Cowboy Country Stores player of the game. 16 points, 5 rebounds, those 2 threes in that fourth quarter that really helped keep Mitchell up by 4, 5, or 7 points. I think one of them put him up by a good 7-point margin, and Mitchell was able to hold off the Kernels as a result. Marcus Talley, our Cowboy Country Stores player of the game, so we get him a T-shirt noting his accomplishments. And the Kernels with a big bounce-back win tonight off of the loss to Washington Tuesday. They beat the Governors here tonight in the Corn Palace. Let's take one final 1-minute break, and we're back to wrap this one up. We've got the girls' half of this matchup coming up from Riggs High Gym tomorrow. We'll talk about that when we return in a minute. This is Governor Basketball.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Back at the Corn Palace one more time. Brian Oakland here thanking you for joining us tonight. And you can watch this game over on our webcast that will be available on demand as well at drgnews.com and the River 92.7 page. Boys game was a good competitive game, albeit Mitchell coming up on top tomorrow. The Pierre Governor girls will host the Mitchell Kernels at 6:30 with our pregame. We're on the air, and 7 o'clock with the tip-off. That'll be again at Riggs High Gym. Both teams then have big ones coming up next Tuesday. Governors go on the road to tangle with the unbeaten Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers. That's where their season came to an end after they lost a 19-point lead in the second half, and the Cavs beat them in double overtime, went on to the state tournament. Governors got some revenge to exact, is what would be great to see. But again, the Governors on the road have had some real tough battles so far this season. That's our next broadcast after tomorrow night with Governor Basketball here on River 92.7. The Governor girls will be on KGFX AM on Tuesday night hosting the Jefferson Cavaliers, and that'll be a great basketball game too. Jefferson and girls is second power rated. The Governors are number 3, so we look forward to that. Also want to remind you we've got coverage of Region 3A Wrestling on KGFX coming up on Saturday. Todd County Falcons host the Region 3A tournament. We'll have reports throughout the day starting at about 10 o'clock on Saturday morning, and the full 3A covered, as well as Class B teams from area regions that we'll be following also. That'll be on Saturday on KGFX. David Burrow will have all the updates on drgnews.com and various stations of DRG Media Group tomorrow morning. Remember, on your way to and from high school sporting events or anytime you're driving in winter driving conditions, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you to think twice and slow down in case of ice. That reminder, our South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. Thanks, as always, to Caleb Brozick for running camera for Live Ticket and giving this one back to us at drgnews.com/river. For Heather Williams in studio, running the show as per usual, I'm Brian Oakland, thanking you once again for joining us tonight for Pierre Governor Basketball. Your final Gales Gas Service scoreboard, though, goes to the Mitchell Kernels. Kernels defeat the Govs 62-55. We'll chat with you again tomorrow night, 6:30. Governors, Kernels, girls basketball here, River 92.7, your official voice of Pierre Governor Athletics. Good evening, everybody.